Will the program push through? We'll speak with vaccine czar Carlito Galvez live. And heads up, Swifties, if you know Taylor Swift all too well, you may want to think twice and enroll in an online class that's all about her. In a forum of the kapisanan ng mga broadcaster. Five presidential aspirants showed up in a forum of the kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas. Should they get elected as the most powerful man
given
or
5
woman
minutes
in
each?
the country? And then they pitched to Filipinos why they deserve their votes. Our Anjo Alimario reports.
Manila Mayor Isko Moreno pushes a 10-point economic agenda.
Filipinos, why they deserve their votes.
Our GDP will be allotted to housing programs every year, translating to 1 million houses for 4.5 million Filipinos.
Lesser human discretion, lesser corruption. Naturally, corruption will die. Smart, systematic governance is the key to curbing corruption.
Senator Panfilo Lacson says he will cleanse the government from what he calls inept, corrupt, and undisciplined officials and employees. He assures 260 billion pesos for Universal Healthcare Act.
Tataya tayo sa ating mga programa na tinitiyak kong may konkretong direksyon, plano at pondo, makatotohanan at napag-aralan, hindi puro kwentuhan at bulahan.
Boxing legend and Senator Manny Pacquiao highlights his 22 rounds agenda. Corruption, employment, healthcare, internet signal, and renewable energy are his priorities.
Sa panibagong laban na ito, kinaharap ko, nais kong kilalanin nyo ang Manny Pacquiao na tumatakbong presidente ng Republika ng Pilipinas. Tatanggapin ko po ang inyong hamon.
Vice President Lea Robredo's plan anchors on her tagline, kapag ang gobyerno ay tapat, aangat ang buhay ng lahat. She insists to restore people's trust in government and put premium on implementing effective plans for housing.
Bububuin natin ang pinakamalaking public-private partnership kontra gutom. Mga food bank kada barangay na suportado ng mga simbahan at ng private sector, community kitchens para lahat may access sa sapat na pagkain.
Labor leader Caliori de Guzman pushes for the empowerment of workers by abolishing manpower agencies and increasing the wage of those in the provinces. To address inequality, de Guzman wants to impose wealth tax.
20% wealth tax kaagad sa mga mayamang mula hanggang 100 hanggang 500 na mga milyonaryo at bilyonaryo. At yung perang magagamit makukuha natin dito ay isupport natin sa mga magsasaka, isupport natin sa mga sektor ng kalusugan, isupport natin sa paglikha ng trabaho.
To wrap up the 3-hour presidential forum, aspirants were asked why they should be the next president of the Philippines.
Kaya subukan natin yung isang leader manggagawa na hindi nangangako, kundi sa mahabang panahon, sa loob ng 38 years, ay inilalaban na yung bit-bit na plataforma hanggang sa kasalukuyan.
What we need is maganap ng tunay na solusyon, mabilis na aksyon. Ako po, mga kababayan, aplikante po ninyo. I can get things done.
Towards the end of my term as president, there should be no doubt in the mind of every Filipino that we are better off than when we started. That our people trust their government much better than ever before.
Dahil ramdam ko po ang naramdaman at pinagdaanan ng ating mga kababayan. Kung paano ako nangarap para maiahon sa kahirapan ang aking pamilya, ang aking mga relatives. Ganon din po ang aking pangarap na maiahon sa kahirapan ang buong sambayan ng Pilipino.
Ang inaalok kong uri ng pamamahala, isang gobyernong tapat, mahusay, masipag, at laging maaasahan. At ngayong 2022, the last man standing will still be a woman.
Anjo Alimario, CNN Philippines.
The aspirants also addressed a host of other issues during the KBP's town hall. These include the granting of legislative franchise to online sabong operators, the establishment of Boracay Development Authority, and the congestion in the country's jails. George Cahiles has more.
The rehabilitation of the world-famous Boracay Island in Aklan was among the priority projects of the Duterte administration. To maintain and further develop the top tourist destination, some lawmakers proposed the creation of a separate government agency that will focus on this, the Boracay Development Authority. During the KBP forum, the presidential aspirants were asked if they'll push for this measure if they win the elections. Partido Reforma standard-bearer Senator Panfilo Lacson says he'll sign it.
Bigyan natin ng pagkakataon yung talagang yung tourism area, magkaroon tayong parang tourism estate mentality, no? Na kung saan makapag-attract at ma-develop talaga yung tourism.
Senator Manny Pacquiao thinks otherwise. He says the tourism and environment departments can carry out the development programs on the island with the help of the local government. Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and Vice President Leni Robredo agree.
Huwag na tayo magdagdag ng bureau na meron naman nag-i-exist ngayon na sapat, epektibo, at mga lokal na pamahalang nakikinabang sa ekonomiya, trabaho at hanap buhay at negosyo sa lugar na yon.
For Labor leader Leody de Guzman, participation of the community is important in the development of the area. The presidential hopefuls also shared different views on granting legislative franchise to operators of online sabong. Robredo says she does not agree with anything that can cause addiction. De Guzman is also not in favor.
Dapat nating alisin yan at mas mag-focus tayo doon sa mga produktibong bagay na makakatulong sa ating mga mamamayan.
Pacquiao and Moreno meanwhile are for the regulation of isabong.
Ang mga tao na kumikita, kung gusto nilang magsugal, magpumusta, nasa kanila na po yun. Ituro na lang po natin sa kanila yung disiplina sa sarili.
Lacson's stake is to thoroughly study the issue. On illegal drugs and jail congestion, Pacquiao wants to build a mega prison to help decongest the National Penitentiary. For Robredo, since most detainees at the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology facilities are suspected drug offenders, amending the dangerous drugs law may help.
Para ayusin natin na meron na siyang delineation, ano ba yung gagawin kung ikaw ay drug user. Dapat iba-iba yung mga penalties na piniprescribe dito.
De Guzman says drug addiction should be treated as a health issue. Moreno wants to address the root of the illegal drugs problem in the country, while Lacson wants a holistic approach, a balance of prevention, enforcement, and rehabilitation. Lacson is also pushing for regional jail facilities so families of inmates can easily visit them and help in their rehabilitation. George Cahiles, CNN Philippines.
The KBP Presidential Forum quickly trended on social media with a number of netizens calling out Bongbong Marcos for skipping the event. Marcos' spokesperson Vic Rodriguez confirmed the former senator had a one-on-one interview with TV host Corina Sanchez this morning, saying it was one of the many activities they have in their full schedule today. Rodriguez also explained they would have attended the forum had there been no earlier commitments. He added they prefer one-on-one interviews so Marcos can explain his platforms better.
If the program is for 1 hour, say for example, and there are 5 invited guests, tigi ilang minuto sila. Can you honestly explain to the Filipino people your stand and the opinion on the problems in the West Philippine Sea? Okay? Yung foreign policy and foreign relations ng bansa, may explain mo ba in 3 minutes na maunawaan ng tao? Baka lalo lang malito ang tao. Yung drug problem, peace and order, yung economy, yung pandemic response, yung ating magiging tugon sa recovery ng economy post-pandemic. Kaya ba nating paliwanag yan in 15 minutes or even 30 minutes?
In a separate post, Sanchez confirmed the taping with Marcos and even listed some of the questions she asked. She later said, quote, "To be clear, when we invited BBM, it was his team who chose the time and date. We had no choice," end quote. Netizens also shared their sentiments about Vice President Leni Robredo's poor internet connection during the forum. Some praised her for showing up, while others suspect she only did so to appear as the good one. Robredo later apologized, saying the fault is all mine. She said her team tried to convince her to cancel all other engagements today, but she insisted on fulfilling all her commitments. The vice president earlier explained they had to borrow an office near the airport to attend the forum, as she was initially scheduled to fly to Typhoon Odette affected areas in the morning. She had to move it to a later flight to make time for the forum. CNN Philippines is hosting 2 debates this month. Catch our vice presidential debate on February 26th and presidential debate on February 27th. We are calling on all aspirants for the two highest positions to face the Filipino voter.
Who are seeking the highest office of the land.
Unedited, unfiltered, coming soon.
A CNN Philippines special presentation, The Filipino Votes 2022 Presidential Debate.
Also, get to know some aspirants vying for a Senate seat on the next CNN Philippines Senatorial Forum. Antique Representative Loren Legarda, former Defense Chief Gibo Teodoro, and former Senator Sonny Trillanes will be answering questions on issues that matter to Filipinos.